Hello everybody, good morning. I hope you're doing very cool on this nice day. I've been thinking about the 1.14 update, and this update is absolutely massive. There are just so many features. Then I, kind of started to wonder, well, are there any features that maybe we have forgotten about or are rumored to come? That's where this video idea begun. So, of course, we have features like the Suspicious Stew that are in the game, but are pretty minor, maybe a little forgotten, and then we have features that are going to be in the game, but not quite yet, so we don't think about them all the time. Like the fox, but not the fox, because we're always thinking about the fox. And then there's this third category, features that were only rumored and haven't really been confirmed, like the fox or something like that, to be in this update. Now, I did a little bit of digging. I have 2 of those features, and that's what today's video is all about. And real quick before we jump into the video, a mini advert from yours truly. On my second channel, I've just begun a Subnautica Below Zero playthrough, and my gosh, does this game look amazing, and is it really fun? If you're interested in that Below Zero gameplay or other games I'm considering a Terraria series, check out my second channel. It is linked down in the description, right near the top so you can find it easily. It'll also be on the end slide. Okay, so don't forget to leave a like, subscribe. Sorry about the long intro. Let's go. So, let's jump into our first feature here. Now, I need to say, I'm not going to become one of those people that analyzes every single tweet from somebody, but this one is based around tweets, so just hang in there. So, does anybody remember back in September when Dinnerbone and Kojo Max were going back and forth about the brown mushrooms? Yeah, me neither. I didn't remember that, but now I do. So, on screen is a back and forth between Kojo Max and Dinnerbone talking about brown mushrooms, and this kind of jogged my memory as to that whole brown mushroom joke that was a thing around that time of the year last year. Brown mushrooms are a feature that would sort of make sense. After all, we do have these wonderfully actually disturbing looking red mushrooms. Their eyes are really creepy. Anyways, red mushrooms are in the game, but they're just called mushrooms, right? Wouldn't it be a nice continuity thing to put in brown mushrooms? I would think so. Also, this is one of those minor, possibly missing features, depending on how you look at it, and this would be the update to add it, considering all of the long requested old features like lanterns that are actually finally being added into the game. What I'm saying is, with all of the other random features like lanterns, this might kind of make sense. Now, of course, a brown mushroom would just be a brown variant on the mushroom with the brown mushroom texture and everything, and then the current mushroom would just become the red mushroom. Pretty simple and small change. Now, these brown mushrooms would spawn just like the red mushrooms in the Mushroom Island biome, so they'd kind of be a very minor feature, but a feature nonetheless. Now, honestly, could all of this just be the devs memeing and joking around? Absolutely, and is that probably the case? Yes, probably. This all probably means nothing, but it was one of the features that I came across today, so thought we should talk about it. Aha, so you say that was kind of a lame one. Well, yeah, okay. I can admit that. This next feature is a whole lot more interesting, and there's a little bit more to it. On screen right now, you can see the header to a thread created by u/CivetKitty. It reads, a separate crafting block used to make fireworks. This is a game request. Then, none other than Lord Dinnerbone himself replies, we actually have ideas for a block like this, but it's not likely to be done in this update, sorry. We're trying to move all complex recipes out of the crafting table and into a specialized mechanic, as it's basically impossible to teach players about banner patterns or firework charges. Thanks for the ideas. And boom, that's exactly where we find our second feature, sort of. Now, of course, in this first sentence, it's not likely to be done in this update. So, Firework Table in 1.14? Maybe not, but do people change their minds sometimes? And was this quite some time ago? Absolutely. Also, would a firework table make sense here? Probably, considering we have the loom, which would be pretty similar in nature, I would imagine, to a firework table or a firework bench. In fact, so similar that they are mentioned alongside each other. Now, this Reddit thread does go on a little bit longer, and you can see the replies on screen now, but basically, Dinnerbone is saying that anything that cannot be expressed through a recipe book UI would potentially receive its own fancy crafting thing, like the loom. Now, the firework table is interesting, but Dinnerbone said it probably won't be coming in this update, which is definitely a bummer because honestly, I have almost no clue whatsoever how to craft these improved and cool fancy fireworks. A table of their own, or its own, would be amazing and much needed. But this is where we divert from the video topic just slightly because I think all of this talk here, this Reddit thread, reveals what the fletching table could likely be for. Tipped arrows are in the game, right? But they're kind of tricky and forgotten about. Now, I know you just combine an arrow with a potion, or at least I do believe that, but I kind of believe those arrows to be the exact situation that Dinnerbone is talking about. All of these fancy variants, so perhaps we can expect the fletching table to have something to do with tipped arrows. Now, this is a pretty straightforward one, not a reach really at all, because if you literally look at the table, there are already bow things on it, so we already know it has to do with bows, and perhaps this would make the most sense. And I wanted to say that I really hope this would be the case. I kind of forget about all of the tipped arrows and everything because they are so out of the way, right? Like, they're buried in a creative menu, and in the real game, in survival, you need to get potions first, so it's kind of completely forgotten about. So I tend to completely forget about these features. However, with a table dedicated to better arrows, perhaps all of these features would be forgotten just a little bit less. Now, would this mean a complete change to the arrow crafting? Perhaps, I'm really not too sure, but what do you think? So those are the two features for today. I did find these features on the Minecraft wiki and then did a little bit of digging myself in concern to these features. I will link that wiki page in the description below if you're curious and you'd like to check that out. Also, down in the description are all of my fancy cool blue links so that you can check out for yourself if you'd like as well. I do have a subreddit that I'm trying to use and trying to find ideas for, so if you have an idea, definitely go make a post over there. And I have a second channel where I've been playing Subnautica Below Zero, which is really, really fun, like I mentioned in the beginning of the video. Leave a like if you enjoyed it, subscribe if you haven't yet, turn those notifications on so you never miss an upload from me. My name is Waddles, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. Go have a good day, goodbye everybody.